this is Jen and Joe with Training Logs of Parents of 8. This is week 14 of Dopey training, and we are going to get started. I'm glad you're here. Again, this is Dopey training week 14. So now we are pretty much at the halfway mark, right?
Just about.
Yeah.
Our first, not this week, but next week.
No, 2 weeks. Right?
Not this week, next week. Depends. This is Sunday, so
we go over this all the time.
we have an argument as to what starts the week.
Anyway, I don't really start the week till Monday.
Anyways, so either if you start your week on Sunday, not this week, next week. If you don't start till Monday, then in 2 weeks is our first big mock.
Yes, but this was kind of like a mini one.
Yes, this kind of got us ready for the mock.
We kind of know where we're.
And this, we'll talk about this coming week, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
is kind of a step down a little bit to prep for the longer run.
Yeah, we're stepping ourselves down, basically. What happens. Yeah. But anyway, if you're new here, thanks for coming. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and like so that you are notified when we go live each week. We're a little later than normal this week because it's the fall, so we have a birthday.
Wait 10 days, we'll have another.
Yeah, it's like every 10 days in the fall we have a birthday.
It's what, the 24th, 28th?
28th of September.
I just want to flip next
October 9th, today.
The 17th.
The 30th.
Yep. The 9th of November.
And then your mom's is the 17th, so it kind of keeps going.
And the 24th. And then the 11th of December.
Yeah. And then we have a little bit of a
break. So we're forget everything else going on. We're busy with birthdays. And today was a big one because it was our daughter's 18.
Yeah. So happy birthday. 18 is a big number.
It is.
Yeah. So Monday.
Yes. So just get into our week. So Monday, and you'll see our training. We talked about it a little bit last week. The training changed this week.
Yeah. Well, not with Monday, but.
Not with Monday, but it did change the week goes on. So Monday was 1 hour with pickups.
Yeah.
I should bring up Monday's thing.
And you hurt your.
So yeah, for those, if you remember from last week, we ran a
5K after we ran 11 miles.
Right. We ran a charity 5K. And you've ever heard the phrase, no good deed goes unpunished?
Yeah.
That was us this week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm having issues with the computer.
So I didn't end up like fully running it. So I was kind of spared, I guess. I don't know. I still feel like I did tweak something in my knee. It's not really the front of my knee. It's more the back of my knee. But it's been okay to run on, and I know it's just a tweak, and it's going to get a break this week anyway, so it'll be okay. But this was our Monday run.
I, on the other hand, did something to like my hamstring going up.
Or glute. Yeah.
And I mean, it's the point of like sitting, drive to sit at work hurt.
Yeah.
Running, like lifting up my leg to go upstairs or curbs was painful.
Yeah.
So running, I was okay on Monday. It was sore, but I got through Monday's run okay.
Yeah.
It'll become more of an issue as the week goes on. But yeah, so Monday we ran our hour.
Yeah, we did.
5:30, and this was after, actually 11:20 wasn't bad for Monday because we'd only run 2 hours really on Saturday, so we weren't as stiff as some Mondays.
Yes.
Like tomorrow.
Actually, my legs actually feel
better right now.
Yeah, than they did last Sunday at this time.
But yeah, I think the part of that is we ran the 2 hours, took like an hour at break,
and then ran another 30 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, so but 11:20 for our pace was pretty good because we really, if I had the splits, our first mile was real slow, just trying to get loose.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's especially on the Monday. I think we've learned is on that first mile to 2 miles is really just kind of just go slow, let yourself break everything up and get going.
Right.
But
Yeah. So, I mean,
it was good.
It was a good run. I mean, it was in the evening because
Yes.
we were exhausted from the weekend still, but
Yeah, I don't remember. We just didn't get to it that
Yeah.
Monday morning.
I don't think either of us woke up for the alarm, which we have learned is now going to be our greatest anxiety of Dopey is the alarms
The
at
distance
2 a.m.
we can push ourselves through.
I know we can do the distance. I'm not worried about that anymore.
Yeah,
It's literally going to be the 2 a.m. wake up call
we're not good at waking up. 4 days in a row. Oh my
at 2 a.m.
Do you know how many alarms we're gonna have set?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, each of our phones,
The phone call from the front desk.
and whatever else we can rig up to make noise. I mean,
It's going to be like every 5 minutes, like.
my biggest fear is that we
Yeah.
wake up 3 days in a row,
And then the
and
fourth
on
day,
Sunday we don't wake up.
I know.
As-
I'm right there with you. Yeah.
It may seem irrational, but it is the fear. So then Tuesday was the first switch of the week.
And we purposely did this one in the evening, but not because we didn't wake up, but because it had the strides, and we like to do that at the school. So we wanted to make sure it was after school.
Yeah, we definitely, if we can't wake up normally, waking up early to beat the kids to school around
That's
here,
never going to happen.
that's a
No.
dream world that just doesn't
Never.
exist.
So, yeah, we ran this in the evening.
We also did the thing where we say we ran it backwards.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of
And it so messes with my mind because
it's backwards.
where I'm supposed to be almost ending, I'm beginning,
Yeah.
and then it's like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, so I mean,
But we were slower.
yeah, I mean
On
it's funny
this
because
day.
normally we'd come down this road here and come in and go down, but yeah. So I thought this was an okay run. Was this?
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like we were slow.
Well, I guess
It's probably me, but
Well, I'm trying to remember on this one if my hip was starting to bother me or not.
yes.
I think it was.
I think this was the day that it was really bothering you. I guess it wasn't that slow. I was thinking it was really a lot slower than that.
Where's the pace? Well,
Down there.
Thank you. 11:30. It felt like it should have been faster.
Yeah.
It felt like we should have been
I don't
doing
know. I felt like, is that the day that we like ran down by the gas station and then looped through the parking lot to add more distance because we were ahead of time where we thought we should have been?
Down through the gas. No.
Well, that was a night run, so I remember
That's
going through
Thursday night.
Oh,
I think so. We'll check.
okay. I mean, other than your hip hurting, I felt like this was.
No, and the strides were good. So, and just to refresh everybody on what strides are, you want to explain because I don't do a good job.
Okay, so you do 6 of them, and each of them are a minute, and they're like back to back to back. So you want it to be like, you want to think of like a roller coaster. So like you're going to the crest of the roller coaster, and then you're coming back down. So each stride should literally look like going up a hill and coming down a hill. So like for 10 seconds, and I just trust that you're timing us correctly, because in my head I'm counting, and sometimes anyway.
I watched the watch.
Okay. That's
And
why I say I
at
trust
10
that
seconds, we
start
accelerate.
increasing.
And at 30 seconds, we decelerate.
Okay.
Because it's for 20 seconds, right?
Yes, but sometimes
then-
I feel like I'm running for sprinting for 30 seconds. Maybe I just count fast in my head.
Well, as you get tired or... No, I promise you.
Well, I will say this time. So anyway, the whole crest thing. For the first 10 seconds of the run of that minute, you're increasing your speed slowly. And then by the 20-second mark to, I guess what would be the 40-second mark?
No, I usually go 10 second. So we usually just kind of jog for the first 10,
Yeah.
accelerate from 10 to 30. And at 30, then we decelerate back down to 60.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Well, and it actually comes back
Numbers
around
are
to
not my
10.
thing.
So
Yes,
then you
okay.
hit 10, you start your next one, so you're back at the 10, accelerate from 10 to 30.
But from 30 to 60,
You decelerate and just kind of go,
Right.
you can actually walk.
you can if you need to. But I will say, like, the first week that we did this, by the third one, I was gassed.
Yeah, I noticed
And
that
now
wasn't
this time
gassed.
it was at the 5th one that I was gassed. So it is making us stronger and more like,
Absolutely.
I don't know, you don't really need the sprinting, but I guess it's just kind of like to like zap the muscles in your legs to be like, hey, now we have to go faster. And
Well,
your heart too, right?
Yes, and it definitely it's lowering our heart rate. I definitely agree with you. It was like 5, where the sixth one was like, okay.
I was gassed on the sixth one.
Yeah,
I did not sprint
pushed as
that.
hard as I could go.
Yeah.
My heart rate, that was a lot high. I was high on that one.
Did you ever look at your watch? Did you ever go back through and look at like what the average pace for those 6 minutes were?
Yes, because I made the joke that I was almost to Josh's 5K pace. I think I was down around 9.
Okay.
And so it was.
No, that's not. That's
I
not
said I was
fast enough
getting.
for his 5K.
I said I was getting down close to it.
Yeah, no, his like a 7 or an 8. He's ridiculous. Anyway, he has a lot of experience with running with heavy things, so it's probably really late for him. Yeah, so I don't know. They're working.
Yes, they're working.
I haven't really seen it in our pace, but maybe that's just because we haven't pushed our pace.
We haven't pushed it, and then since we've been doing them, we've either had really long runs.
True.
Or I've had my left hip, and then my right hip, and then you've got your knee.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been maintaining.
We've been staying the same.
Well, we've been staying the same. What's funny is we feel slow staying the same.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
No, that just probably means that we can push our bodies harder.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling because
I don't know in the end game of all of it.
What good's do us?
I mean, we're not doing this for time.
No, it's just a weird thing where it's like, okay, I'd like to run faster just because you want to run faster. Everyone wants to run faster.
Sure. But maybe that's something to work on the off season with.
Yeah, this I feel like it's just we're caught in a weird spot mentally and with our just desire to go faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. I don't think that that's going to be a problem when we want to start pushing it. We know that we can do, a 5K in 9 something.
We're also
minutes a mile.
really 45 minutes is the shortest we're doing most of the time. We'll talk about that in a minute. But 45 minutes tends to be it. But then it's 45 minutes with strides or there's always something. It's not just run. But I say that and give me a second here. So Wednesday was cross training.
Yeah.
We walked.
Yeah, we just took it. Did we do that in the morning? No.
No, we did that in the evening. We tried to let my hip rest a little bit this week.
Yeah. We did everything in the evening this week.
And it felt fine walking till right the last 5 minutes.
I don't remember this.
No, I didn't say anything to you.
Oh, well. Funny because you didn't know about my knee until Saturday, so we're even.
We're good at communicating. So then that takes us to Thursday. And this is where I said most everything's been 45 minutes. But this week we ran Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Well, kind of.
That was the schedule. So Thursday night was supposed to be 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And we did do that. And I can actually show that to you if I can hit buttons.
I mean, it was one of these things where, we just.
This is the one I think we had to go down through the gas station. We were just going to run straight down to the one intersection. Yeah. And we ended up having to. All right, maybe it was our walk that we went in the gas station.
No, it was definitely a run because I was like, people are looking at me weird. Trust me. I don't know what day it was, but I know that people were looking at me.
You're too self-conscious.
Yeah, I don't like people. No, in a race it's different. I don't know why it is. Mentally it's different. I just don't like people watching me.
Because you're not worried about during the race because you're just running.
Yeah. See, this was a faster run. It was like 10:40, right?
Yeah, and that was with at the end.
Oh, this is at the end where I said we're almost to 3. Do you just want to keep going? And you said no, my hip really hurts.
Right, because at the end too, you kicked up the pace because 10:42 was our average pace.
Right. I
but
did.
Really, I wish I had.
I felt really good at the end.
I didn't.
I know you didn't.
I wish I had the splits up because our last was closer to 10 even. And the last little bit, you were down trying to go under 9. I went under 8, and I tried to go, and my hip just said, "Nope, this is as fast as you can go." It literally, I could not.
I literally thought you were right behind me when I took off. I didn't.
I was.
I know, but I mean the whole time. I didn't realize that.
No, I tried to drive off my right leg, and my leg just said, "That's it. There's no. You don't have any more speed. This is. It just." That was it. And so I could cruise at 10:20. It wasn't like it was super.
Yeah.
I could hold there and I could handle the pain. And when I say it hurt, we were going up a ramp, a handicap ramp, and that incline really hurt. So other than that, it was a great run, literally till the last 5 minutes. Right at the end when we were kicking up the speed. It was so frustrating. Yeah. So, anyways, with that said, that was what time did we actually run?
That was in the evening.
Was it in the evening again?
Mm-hmm. Everything was in the evening except for Friday.
Well, Tuesday we couldn't
I
run early.
apologize.
Tuesday we couldn't run early because I got to play golf.
I don't know why it irritates me so much.
Why does it irritate you? You're not paying for it.
No, I'm not. I will never. I will.
It doesn't count.
I will. And I'm gonna say this right now. I will never.
You don't. It doesn't count as a day off of work.
I know that's fun for you.
So
be it.
But it irritates you to no end.
I wish somebody would pay for me to do something that's fun that I could still get time for work on.
Talk to your boss.
Maybe that's what this week is.
Anyways, so Thursday we finished up. I don't know what. Oh, I had to go to Baltimore, and I probably, because I did going early in the morning. You had a meeting up there.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably we didn't run. Yeah, because that's usually Thursdays we have trouble running in the morning because I have to go, so it's always an issue. I have to beat traffic.
Yeah.
So then Friday we were scheduled to do a 1 hour run.
1 hour run.
That would be the proper term. Mm-hmm. And we didn't. Because of the way my hip finished up Thursday, knowing we had 3:30 on Saturday.
Well, I thought we were going to do it. I mean, we didn't. Well, I woke up. I had something that I had to do really early in the morning for work. But then I came back upstairs, and you were not moving, and you were supposed to help me with what I needed to get
because when I woke up, I'm like, why didn't you wake me up? Why didn't you wake me up?
And then you were just like snoring away, so I was tired. So I just got back into bed and went back to sleep. But I thought we were going to just do it when you brought the pizzas home. I mean, you ended up working late because you had to get something done. I was working like all day long. It was just things just piled up one on top of each other, which is fine. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes with the nature of what we do.
Yes.
But so I just assumed, we'll feed the kids pizza like we always do on Friday nights and run out the door and do this. But as the night went on, I realized, maybe something's wrong. And that's why I said, is your hip hurting too bad to go for a run? Do we just need to walk, or are we just bagging the whole thing? Or I think we did end up walking for a little bit. We did
end up walking for a little bit just to stretch out a little bit.
I mean, but when you know that like the next day brings
a big run,
huge, and it's something that, I mean, we've done 15 minutes less, but we've never done.
It was 15. A new number.
Yeah, it was something new. And if your hip was hurting that bad, then it was, your body was telling you to take a break.
And that was a good move. And then you and what's funny is I try the foam rollers and I do all that stuff because my calves get really tight. And you're like, well, have you foam rolled down? I said, no, because it didn't seem like something that would help. It helped. I did it that night, and I did feel like something loosened, like snap free.
I had just assumed, that's why I hadn't said anything, that, hey, have you done your foam rolling? Have you taken, like Advil or anything?
Well, I've taken Advil.
Yeah, I know. I was like throwing out ideas to try and like help you think through it.
Didn't feel like that would work, but man, it did. And if you've got a muscle issue, one of the good ways to loosen up, break up all the.
Which one did you use? The big one or the stick?
I used the big one.
The big one, not your gun.
I did use that a little bit too.
Okay.
But it was more. I felt it with the big foam roller.
Okay. But does it still hurt?
It's still a little sore, but not like. No, like literally, it doesn't hurt me to sit here.
Okay.
Friday to have sat. Remember, it was a Friday I came home and I sat next to you, or Thursday I came home?
Thursday.
And sitting in the same style chair, which didn't have any padding, when I got up, I was in a lot of pain. Mm-hmm. So, anyways.
Okay. Well, so then that's good now.
The important part of it is if something in your body is saying, it's not quite right, don't
necessarily push through it, because that's how injuries happen. I mean,
or something that's minor turns into major.
Right. So we listened and we took a break.
And that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Because then Saturday was a long day.
So we got up at 5:30. So that's why I say this weekend was supposed to be like a mini mock, 30 minutes, an hour, and then the big one at 3:30. So we skipped one because injury was not.
Yeah, it wasn't conducive to running.
Yeah, which is what needed to happen. So we got up at 5:30. We had laid everything out the night before. So we're slowly starting to get like our pattern of how we're going to do it come Dopey week. So we have everything laid out on the kitchen counter. We have our hydration packs. We have our water bottles with the noon that's ready to go in them.
Yep.
We have the goose, and we have the honey
wafers.
stinger wafer
And you
and a
put up-
banana.
Yep.
And
So
I would leave, like if it was just us in the house, I would leave the bottle of Advil out for us. But because there's kids and I don't want someone in the middle of the night, like the random muffin person.
The muffin man?
We have a random person that takes
A muffin.
out of the
Off the counter,
wrapper
onto the table,
Yeah.
out of the wrapper,
and bites
takes a bite,
the bottom.
the bottom, and leaves it on the table on like alone after that bite.
No one in this house. 10 people.
Nobody knows who took it and put it over there.
No one. 0. The youngest goes, "It was the muffin man, Mommy." She has a point. At this point, it is the muffin man. I don't know.
It was one of
It wasn't me.
No.
I'm not like trying to like.
I know which two it was.
Oh, I know. It was a blonde one.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, I know it is. She's a horrible liar. Horrible.
Anyways, and then so this Saturday when we woke up, I was starving.
Yeah, and we knew it was going to be a long run.
So I made half a bagel and put peanut butter on it.
Because that's what we do for races.
Yes.
On normal.
And so I knew that I could eat that without there being a bad impact to the run. And that's one of the things you always hear is don't try anything new on race day.
So the training is where you try all your new things.
Right.
I mean,
And honestly, that bagel through the first 45 minutes of the run.
Do you feel like that's why you were able to go longer before that first scoop?
Oh, like the first scoop when you said, "Oh, are you ready for the first scoop?" I wasn't ready for it.
Well, then you shouldn't have had it.
No, but it was yes and no because from proper maintenance, it was time to have it.
Oh, okay.
Whether I need it or not, it was the time that I should be taking in that interval, or I will start burning out of those calories.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now the other thing too, so we had our hydration packs.
Yes.
And we learned, and thank God it wasn't hot or really humid.
Those things do not last 3 hours and 30 minutes.
No, and it was 64 degrees and like 50% humidity.
Or at least for us, I should say that. They do not last 3 hours and 30 minutes for us.
That we started with empty soda bottles because the kids had drank all the water, disposable water bottles. So that's what we put in.
How many times have I said, these are not for your daily use? Get a cup.
333,420, something like that. Anyway, we had the two,
and those were like 20 ounces.
Right, those were 20 ounces, 16 ounces, and 2 liters of water on our back.
Not enough.
And we ran out of water about 3:20ish.
No, I ran out way before that.
Yeah.
Around the 3 hour mark is when I run out.
Yeah, I mean, so that
happened to me the last long run too.
Well, and as it was, I'll play the run while we're talking. But I had the extra food to get going, and that helped me a lot because I definitely noticed that I was going.
I'm of the mindset that I have to eat the bare minimum or I puke.
And I agree with you, except for I was at a point where, as you can see, we wander all around town. We can get to mention a different part of town with this one we ran so far. But yeah, I was just so hungry. I just knew that I wasn't going to make it to the go.
Yeah.
And so
3 hours and 30 minutes is a long time. I mean, we were out in the dark and we got to see the sun come up. It was actually,
that was the nice part.
Yeah,
we got to see the sunrise.
Running. That's why I like running in the morning when we get out like that.
Yes.
It's pretty, you get to see the world wake up.
Right. I mean, because when we start, there's nobody basically out.
No one's moving.
It's basically, just us.
Yeah.
We're out there by ourselves, and then people start coming awake and alive. And then, as you said, we got to see the sun come up. It was a beautiful sunrise.
Yeah, it was real pretty with the pinks and the
really
purples.
Yeah. And the old what is it? Sailors, red sky in morning, sailors take warning. Red sky at night, sailors delight.
Yeah.
Red sky in the morning.
Yeah.
We had a big storm in the afternoon.
Yeah. It was very pretty though. It wasn't hot, but the sun was out. It was. But when we did walk with that cool breeze, you did start to get chilled.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so when we did the goose, and as you can see, our pace for 3 hours and 30 minutes wasn't horrible. Part of that is really hurt. So it's not shown on the map.
Yeah.
But when we went to one of the other new areas, it shows here. we had 420 feet of elevation gain. So we found some spots that
might as well have been hiking a mountain. Now,
Yeah.
did those hurt your hip?
well, at that
because we
point,
walked them. Truth be
So-
told, we did not run these hills.
so at that
We would've
point,
been
I kind of
done.
was like babying my hip at times. Like so,
Okay.
so I knew what I found that hurt my hip is I tend to push up things off my right leg,
Okay.
and so what I would make a point of is put my left leg and lift myself up and just kind of go.
Oh,
So I was trying to protect.
like after surgery, how I would have to go up the stairs type?
Probably.
Okay.
And so that way I wasn't putting the strain on my right
Yeah,
hip. I was
okay.
trying to put on my left. Because when we were doing the 30-minute run, the other thing too I noticed is that my hip got more sore. I started to change my gait. I'm like, thank God it happened right at the end. Because like if I had done it sooner, because I would have just kept going and hurt my other hip badly.
Yeah.
But no, running wise, I didn't. There was only a few times, and it was a little like, I keep saying this because it seems so ridiculous. Going up handicap ramps, that little bit of that incline, and I think maybe because it was so little and I didn't prepare myself for it. Whereas like when we were going up the steep inclines, you knew what you were getting into.
Do you just mean like the curb, like from the street to like the sidewalk? Like
Yeah.
when we're crossing
Where
major
there's the
streets?
ramp, the handicap ramp.
That hurts?
That's why I keep saying it, because it's so ridiculous that hurt more than stepping up onto it. Because when we were going to step up onto the curb,
It's the curbs that kill me when there's no like gradual thing,
Well,
like where I
so
have to jump, not jump,
going
but
down hurts.
yeah.
Coming up isn't as bad because I can. And so the other thing too is like when we were running, we had to step up. There was no ramp.
Right.
My right foot would be on the ground. My left foot would be up, and I bring myself up. But that's why I keep saying it. The stupid handicap ramp. It just
they're not
sounds
stupid.
They're stupid in that they're the weirdest things that have hurt.
Well, okay, yeah.
Anyways, if you saw the splits, there was like 2 miles that were well over 13, and that was where
that was the hills.
How was that one section of the hills?
I mean, it was a
good path. It was what we had to do to get the time in.
Yeah, I think we could have gone a different way, and
We debated on which way to go. Yeah, we got to a light. We could go left or straight, and we were debating
the straight
which way
way.
to go.
Oh, sorry guys. The straight way would have been one big hill,
And not as many little hills.
and whilst probably there would have been two. There would have been two. Going.
We had to go underneath that railroad tracks.
Before you get to that garage that you go to get all the cars stuff on, there's a hill. There's a hill to get up to
they're almost
that,
back
and it
to
goes
back.
down. They are back to that.
But that still would have been done in that 1 mile
Right.
in like 20 minutes.
And there probably would have been less traffic lights. So
That's true. Going the other way.
holy smokes!
And we couldn't get a flipping signal.
No. So then our watches get off. So then we have to figure out who we're going off of. Because either I don't stop and my watch keeps going, or yours stops. And anyway, it gets to be a mess. But anyway, so we hit 17, which is almost the magic number for marathon training. I guess 18 is the magic number.
Really
it does not make any sense to me.
No, but I just wish we'd hit the magic number, because honestly, at this point,
I know I can do it.
So the biggest issue I was having on Saturday at 3:30, water.
Yeah.
We were out of water.
Yeah, we were
and
out of water. My leg cramped at one point.
Right. And we were out of water by 3:10.
Yes. And I needed another goo.
Well, and that was the issue. We both needed another goo around 3:10. We were out of water, and you can't really, there's no way I could take the goo without the water to wash it down.
No, and I will never take yours ever
Yeah,
again.
at one point we were complaining about the tape, like we'd had them so many times, we tried to switch it. That didn't go so well.
I almost vomited right there on that street corner after I had to suck yours down. People were probably looking at me on the street. I know one guy was. He was like, "What is wrong with that one?"
Well, and then
I was gagging.
Well, and then at the end of the run, we decided, well, if we just end at the grocery store, we can buy water.
Well, we did end at the grocery store.
Right. We got to the point where it's like, well, let's go down this street. Let's loop back around that street. We still need 10 more minutes. Well, if we come over here.
It was like the never-ending run.
It was literally like, well, we've been down the street twice already. These people are going to start thinking we're crazy if we come down here one more time. I
do not like running on that side of town. I don't.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with that one really, really bad run. I don't enjoy it. I mean, I like looking at all the houses. People decorate nicely.
I don't mind that.
But there's so many hills.
The hills weren't that bad.
Oh my gosh. Your hip wasn't hurting? It was killing my knee.
That wasn't that bad. I don't know. It's something different.
I don't know. And now all of a sudden my arch is being really weird on my right foot, probably because I'm compensating for the left knee.
Well, I also think we're at the point where unfortunately our shoes have worn out.
I do agree with that 100%.
It's very, if you're a runner and you learn the shoes are critical.
And it has gone over the suggested miles.
Yes.
Because I added it up. What did I tell you on Thursday? I added up like all of the walking, all of the running, like just what we have done
108, 105.
normal life. Like I've just gone into the daily things and okay, it says we did 15 miles today, or that's like even not during a training session, just whatever the 24 hours was. Yeah, it was like 105 miles already.
What was the challenge for October?
100.
Yeah, I knew it was over. I thought it was like 101. Yeah, so it's definitely like, so that was before, that was Thursday.
Yeah, I think I added it up.
And we did like
but
3
that
miles.
was before Thursday night.
So then we did 3 miles on Thursday, 3 miles basically on our walk on Friday, and we did 17. So that's another 23, 24 miles.
Yeah. I don't have any doubt in my mind that.
And shoes are good for.
Like, they say 300 to 500 miles.
So we've done 100 already, and we did at least 100.
Easy. In September? Easy.
And
100.
we got them in
July. Yeah, they're done.
They're like 3.
I can feel it now when I put my foot in it. It's so different.
It doesn't.
You don't think about it until you put on a brand new pair, and then you're like, oh, this is like heaven.
So buying shoes for me is, so I wear a size 13. I'm flat-footed and pigeon-toed.
Yeah.
So
it's hard.
When I buy new shoes, they hurt a lot of times, no matter what.
Yeah, but when we get back, we just have to go to the running store. I know,
but they get broken to a point where they're good.
Yeah.
And they feel really good. And then you run right through that.
Yeah, so these will probably just be retired as our walking shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so.
It's hard.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really, it's so hard for me.
You probably just need to buy two of the same that you like.
Yeah, but
to get through the rest of this and like alternate them as we're going.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Because we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have 2 pairs for.
We're gonna have for the race. We're gonna have 2 because you can't. They'll be sweaty. They'll be nasty. They won't be good. So one on the 5K, and then so pair A on the 5K and the half,
right,
and pair B on the 10K and the marathon.
Yeah.
Well, you want your best pair in the marathon, so however you want to call A and B.
Right.
But so shoes. If you're getting into running, honestly, if you're going to start running anything more than a 5K, shoes and socks. Yeah. Even if you're going to run a 5K.
Something was weird with my right sock.
What was it? Was it your left sock?
No. My right sock with my arch.
No. It was a joke.
Oh. No, it was my left knee that hurts.
No. The sock. Did you look? Could you read the?
Oh, no. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
When you buy nicer socks, for those
they're labeled right.
I didn't know this till we started running.
But no, it was the right sock on the right foot.
Okay.
But something was weird. Like
was
I felt
it. Was that a newer or an older pair?
Relatively new.
Oh.
Like when we got those shoes in July.
I've learned that my first set of pairs.
Oh, those are like
from
trash.
19 are just.
Yeah.
I like those pairs, and all my other ones are
they
just
served us
white.
well.
I know. And then we bought the thin pair. I don't like the thin.
Is that the red, white, and blue one?
Yeah, I like the look of them, but they're
good for walking. It's when I use those.
Yeah.
Or like if I know we're running.
Doing a real short run.
Yeah.
But I swear I bought 2 new pairs, but I only seem to can find one of them that I wear those on Saturdays. Like I wear the same thing every Saturday.
Well, I mean, it works, but we got through this. But I will say I felt like I hit the wall at 15 miles. What do you feel?
I definitely, it was somewhere around the 15-mile mark. I hit a wall that I hadn't hit before. Now this is the farthest we've gone.
Yeah.
And we've hit that wall previously, so I don't know if the next time it would be better, but
or just deeper into it.
Yeah,
like it will happen at 16 or 17 as opposed to 14 or 15.
To have water, and then if you were running on a course, I think that's about where they would have had food, which I still don't know how that's.
Well, if we were running on a course, we also wouldn't have to dodge cars, dogs.
Most people with the dogs are actually really like over courteous. pull her
Oh
dogs
yes,
back.
but I just mean that you're gonna have to go. It's okay. Like you have to like tell the people.
Well, and then there were times you're like running on a curve to go around somebody, or
well, I mean you're gonna be dodging.
No,
people,
but yeah, I mean it was.
I don't know. Traffic lights and cars.
We didn't have any kids fall off their scooters this week.
Oh, that poor little girl.
Yeah.
That was what, like last month?
It was a while ago now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think once we accomplish like the biggest time we've ever run, the next time that there's a smaller number, it's like, okay, yeah, we can do that.
No, and I think
a lot of this is all mental.
So we know we can do a 5K without thinking about it. We know we can do a 10K. I mean,
a half marathon is now easy.
Right. I mean, like one of the jokes is we were joking about like on the run on Saturday is it's funny because like when we run like the 30 or the 40 or even the hour runs, like 20 minutes in, you're going, I've only gone that far.
Yeah.
Whereas on Saturday, we were an hour in. It's like, oh, I guess I should check. Maybe we need a goo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's funny how your brain, because you know you're going longer, there's no point to check anyways.
Right.
But even with that said, like even when we ran the first hour and a half or whatever.
I feel like the first hour.
No, I'm talking about like when we had to run the first hour and a half run.
Oh, I see.
Get into an hour. Now with knowing, okay, we're going to run for 3 hours. Like I can remember the concept of trying to run for 2, like even just I have to keep moving that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first hour and a half, like we stopped to get the goo at like an hour and 10.
Oh, was it?
It was over because you wanted to get to that one point because we'd run extra and we still took the goo where we would normally do, but that was like after an hour.
Mm. Okay.
So
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, so that's why I say, like, so we've gotten it, and this is not something that happened overnight. I said this is week 14.
Right. Well, I was texting with someone, and they were like, 3 hours and 30 minutes. How did you do that? Well, we didn't start there, right?
Yeah.
Like we started with literally not even being able to run 5 minutes straight.
Well, it's the same question people say. 8 kids. How do you do 8 kids?
Well,
one at a time.
Yeah.
We didn't start with 8 kids. Like the people who have multiples and like a large multiple on their first time.
Oh.
I don't know how they do it.
No. Well, they don't know any difference.
I understand that, but to go from 0 to 8, like the people that have done that,
oh my gosh,
that would be overwhelming to me. But
twins would be overwhelming to me.
But we had 8 kids. We had 8 individual kids, so it wasn't like they were all in diapers. That they were different stages, and just like this, you start with 1 mile,
right,
and then 2 and 3, and don't expect it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you have
overnight.
You have to be consistent.
That's the biggest thing, is showing up.
Right. I mean,
and having somebody hold you accountable is big.
So if it's not your spouse, find a friend,
a running buddy.
Right. It doesn't have to be anybody that is into running either. Just somebody that you can say, hey, check it off my list. I did it today.
Yes.
Like someone that's going to ask you daily, did you run? Did you do what you said you were going to do? I mean, I have this training plan and I paid for it and that's what we follow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once I feel like because I paid for something that I kind of have to do it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's
always been the way, like, oh, we're training for this because I paid for the bid.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to waste the money.
Right.
I've paid for the bid.
But I feel like after all of this is over, of course there'll be other races, but the in-between needs to something needs to be done,
like we have in the past.
I don't want to start from 0 again,
or even at 20%. Because what unfortunately we've done in the past is we train like this for a race and we do really well, and it's a great time. Well, we're going to stay on it. We're going to do this, and when we come back, we're going to come back, and you're going to be in the second half of the basketball season,
right?
And that's going to be when it's really the busiest, with games crammed in on top of each other. The weather's going to be the worst outside. And then the moment you're done basketball, we start softball. Last year I started softball without you because you were still coaching basketball. And so Richie and I were coaching softball while you were finishing up basketball.
Right.
On way to get you up to speed on something. And so we flow right into that. And then it's boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but I don't care. At some point, either we're going to have to do it on a treadmill or we're going to have something has to be done because I'm not starting from 0 again.
Well, and the hardest part, and I believe she has something about the recovery in this training plan, like the next.
Yes.
Because that was the issue was, okay, well, you're supposed to take some time off after you run one of these races and let your body rest.
Right.
you take a break, you get out of that rhythm, you get out of that routine, and it's gone.
Yeah.
And
it really feels like it's gone. And that's not something that I want to go back to.
No, because I remember how long it took us to feel like we had the energy. Mm-hmm. It's really only been the last 2-3 weeks.
I want to say for me, it's been, I feel like 9/11, I feel like that was my
so about
day
a month.
That I felt like I'm back at this. I can do this.
It was around the same time. I mean, but honestly, the last 2, 3, 4 weeks running even like half marathons. It's,
right.
As ridiculous as it sounds, I mean, but that is, as we said, we're 14 weeks in. It took us 10 weeks to get to that point to where we could do the half marathon.
Yeah.
And it's time, patience, and that is the hardest thing.
So just don't if you don't get it right away, don't give
get
up.
Discouraged.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to keep going. But anyway, back to our hitting the wall at mile 15. Basically, right? That was when
we hit it, and it was, we needed a good, we needed water, we needed something.
Yeah, like if I had a way to store a banana so it wouldn't get mushy,
I don't know how you carry it.
That's what I would have eaten.
We needed something, and honestly, we needed something more than a goo.
Yeah.
Like I knew
I don't
needed
think I could have
something.
taken that last one.
I don't think I could. Well, obviously I almost threw up water. So literally when we stopped and we went to get...
Yeah, we stopped. Okay, we finished. So we had to finish running in the grocery parking lot.
We literally were running around the Food Lion parking lot. It was a sight.
God bless America. Oh my
So
Lord.
We stopped. We went in. We got water, and we got.
And I smelled so bad. I feel bad for anybody that was anywhere near me. Oh my gosh, so awful. Anyway, so I grabbed water out of the at the checkout line. Yeah. Wow, we grabbed a couple of items that we needed. One for breakfast, but two for we did a big clean this weekend because I can't take it with all these kids in this house. And I have some people who are hoarders as children.
She's not a hoarder. Not a hoarder.
No.
No sentimental attachment to anything.
I have very few.
Your ears.
Okay, maybe that is bordering on hoarding.
There's only like 40 of them up there.
There's not 40. Really? Have you counted them?
I did. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't think there's 40.
Hang on a second. You talk. I'll count.
There's 9 downstairs. So anyway, we got in there. We got, I don't know, cleaning supplies and we had to be able to carry it home.
How many did you say they were downstairs?
5.
That's not what you said.
9, but I did find the 10th little holder. So
there's 32 up there.
Okay, so
and 32 plus 9 is
more than 40.
And
that math I can do. All right, you win. There's more than 40. Anyway, I'm talking about hoarding.
I know. Oh, I actually had to force Liam to throw out that wood box. It was something to hold a toy, and the toy went in there and had a cover, and the cover was gone.
Like a plastic cover, came out of the box.
No. It was like a wood, a piece of wood would slide in and close it, for a game or a puzzle or something. And whatever went in it was gone.
I didn't think he was the hoarder. I was talking about other people.
Whatever
He's
went
the
over,
one too?
Oh yeah, whatever slid over the top was gone. And I'm like, throw it out. Mom said throw it out. But it still works. So just throw it out.
Oh, I was throwing it out.
And he was almost in tears.
You would have loved it up here. Everybody was downstairs and I was up here just
my father retiring things.
I was just throwing things out. It's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I could have a yard sale and make a lot of money.
100-piece puzzle. And they had one piece. We can't throw out that one piece. Where are the other 99? I don't know.
Might
so I got
find
one.
the rest of them. That's what I got one time. I might find the rest of them.
Anyways.
Seriously.
So anyways, we
had cleaning supplies and.
But anything longer than 3:30.
You drank water. Cold water.
I drank cold water, and this happens to me when we go on long runs. My stomach is so empty, the water is just going right through. And
I can't believe that your stomach is empty. It takes a long time to digest food.
All I know is when I drink it after a long run like that, it's like I'm that hungry. It's like hitting rock bottom. And
he was gagging on the walk home because he drank water. I've never heard of this. Only you. Seriously, I've never heard of this.
I'm just telling you, It wasn't like I was making that up.
I am fully aware that you were making. I kept looking at you. Going, what is going on?
No, it's like when we run like that, I can't eat right or even drinking. It's hard. I thought about getting a chocolate milk though.
Now, see, that makes me want to throw up. This is legit a thing. No, I'm not even messing with you all. Chocolate milk, apparently, for runners, is like the mecca of all things, right? Because it has protein, it has carbs, and it has fats in it.
All things that you need after running for 16.
Except for if you can't handle dairy. It is a no-go for me. 0.
Anyways, so yeah, the 15, 16-mile mark, then that is, I think, on the course where they would have something, but I don't know.
Yeah, I heard it's like M&Ms though, isn't it? Is that, oh, that's at like 22 to get you through, right?
Yeah,
23.
Yeah.
And the banana is that
I just don't think I could have done another 2. I think so. A banana, I need potassium with it. I just don't know what you do, how you care. Maybe is there a granola bar that we could put?
Yeah, I mean, a granola bar would, but we have to mess with it.
We'll come up with something, maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to have to because, okay, right. So in theory for next week. So anyway, we got through it. We did 17 miles.
Next week, I wonder about it.
And we did it. So now my brain knows I can do it because that's how this works. So this week we have a little bit of a fun week coming up. In May, I took the 4 youngest with my aunt to Disney. And so I told the big kids that they would get a trip separate because big kids do big kid things, little kids do little kid things. We've always gone together, but I wanted
they're at an age.
Yeah, I just wanted the big kids to have a big time adult type thing, but I wanted the little kids to have what the big kids had
when it was just the big kids.
Right. So that's what happened.
So they didn't have to get drugged to the things the big kids want to do.
Yeah, just sit there and So anyway, we did a little kids trip and that was
you
great.
You and your aunt did that and they had fun.
They had fun. They got to and I said, "Oh well, Hannah, you were a baby when we stayed here the last time, that she could, when we talk about it, she could
know what we're talking about." Yeah.
And then then of course, well, mommy, how old was I when I was on my first Disney trip, and how old was I? So it was fun. They got to
yes,
understand how things were different and things like that. So we are 2 days away from leaving now?
Tuesday evening. So
Tuesday evening. So Tuesday evening we will be in the air, headed to Disney. So this week is going to be different with training. And I talked to my coach and she was like, actually, this is the perfect week to just take a break.
It's really more.
It's not like we're going to not be on our feet.
We're still going to lots and lots of miles.
Right. So our feet will still get this distance. It's just not going to be stamina wise.
Right.
But so Monday we're supposed to run 60 minutes with pickups.
So we'll do that.
Right. And Tuesday, we're just supposed to do a cross training, 30 or 60 minutes. So we're going to swap that for Wednesday, and we're going to do another hour run with pickups.
Apparently doing that.
On Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
Wednesday. Because we get in around midnight on Tuesday. So instead of getting up and running and making ourselves sick, we're just going to take the time off. It will be a rest day, which is what. But we are going to try to find a day. Yeah, we are going to try to find a day when we're down there. And Thursday's a choose your own adventure, and we're going to be walking enough that is right. But I thought we were going to try to find one day to run. Yeah. And if we do that, I will try to live stream it so you can follow us running around. Especially if we do the second resort, Key West, or even the first resort because it's boardwalk. Right. Or the third. Which is beach. Which is still on the boardwalk. So. And we are, moving around that many times while we're down there. Yeah. Because that's just the way it worked out to be able to find rooms that worked. Yeah, I mean, with the 50th and in the beginning we didn't know exact what dates we were going to be able to travel, and then I had to shift things. Well, because it was originally we were going down on. To meet me. Right, on Thursday, which became Wednesday, which somehow became Tuesday. Well, and we were leaving on Sunday, which became Monday. And I remember why that one moved, because it was actually cheaper to come back on Monday than on Sunday. Yeah. It was cheaper to stay an extra day and come back on Monday than actually come back on Sunday.
Yeah, because the way the flights were at that time.
Which is
so this Saturday, technically, we're supposed to run 3 hours and 45 minutes. It's not happening. We might get like an hour run on Friday and an hour run maybe on Sunday. We might be able to sneak
in before church.
Yeah, we might. It just depends on how tired we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get sick over this
Well,
either.
and then that Monday we could do that before depending on, we have a party on Sunday night. So we'll see. The other thing that we're going to try to do for anyone that's interested is we will try to live stream the fireworks and shows and some other stuff while we're down there. So
So
again, if you like, subscribe, notify, you'll get the
notifications that we're live, and this will be something that we're gonna, try and do so you guys can see something different than just us.
Yes, and we'll pack everything up with us, and if we have time next Sunday, it'll be during the day.
Yes.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. It might have to be on Monday. We'll let you know.
We'll do it from the pool side.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We may be not the most focused. No,
yeah, exactly. So, but then when we come back, that's gonna be the mock.
That's gonna be the one to see if we're alive on Sunday to tell you about.
Yeah.
Because that's really the one. And I'm looking at the mocks. That's the big mock. The other ones are small mocks.
Oh, so this is like the big one.
If I remember correctly, looking ahead, this one is 30, 60, 2, and 4.
Let's see. 30, 60, 2, and 4.
So 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours, 4 hours.
Yep.
I think the next one,
I
don't think it's as long. So I think this is the one.
This would be the one that we.
And we're going to try to get up at, God help us, 3 a.m.
Are we going to actually mock the whole thing?
We really should.
Okay. Then we're going to have to be in bed anyway, we will deal with that later.
Yes.
We are going to go sing happy birthday to the 18-year-old because it's now late enough. And to put the little kids to bed. And we hope that you all have a great week training, whatever you're training for. And keep going, be magical, and we'll see you real soon.